and welcome to yet another episode of the iCage. It is always a pleasure for those of you who are joining us from Kenya and all over the globe. My name is Edith Mbenesi, and this is the program that brings you exclusive trendy topics that range from health, politics, education, arts and culture. But before we delve into the agendas of today, let's first have the day's lineup. Migrant families who fled to the US from Central America continue to endure separation, while children suffer emotional torture as they watch their parents being taken away. This disheartening series of events has made the US be accused of serious human rights violation, with President Donald Trump being bashed at for coming up with such policies. It is said that the families flee into the US to search for peace, comfortability, away from crime and poverty. The east and the southern coast of the United States experience heavy snows and dangerous icing, affecting residents of California all the way to Virginia. Though the heavy snow from the mountain area is said to bring more fresh water during springtime, California is at risk of experiencing flash floods, which will force thousands of people to vacate the area. Due to these harsh weather conditions, flights from major airports have been limited or rather cancelled. And lastly, we explore the world of education, where a school in Ireland has adopted a new learning mechanism where pupils enhance their interaction skills, making school life easy. This has been achieved with the introduction of buddy benches, also known as friendship benches. The concept is said to assist pupils have a more face-to-face interactions in this smartphone era. Now, welcome back. Now, today's episode focuses on matters of education, a conversation that has been started by parents, pupils and educators of Castle Martyr School in Ireland. And this project was, however, brought about by Sam Synod and Judith Ashton to help interaction skills between minors of ages 6 to 14 in this smartphone era. Now, locally, we are doing good because we have transitioned from the 7432 education system to the 844, now to the 2633 education system. The 844 education system has been in existence for 32 years, and we are transitioning to a new education system, the 263 education system, which is promising a skill to students. Now, it is argued that the 844 education system in the primary level was prolonged to enhance maturity skills among students. Now, the big question is this going to change with the 263 education system? Turning on to social media, on Twitter, I see Jason Mwanthi, who opines that kids of nowadays are very lucky because they will complete school with a rough idea of what their future holds for them. Indeed, thank you very much, Jason Mwanthi, for that comment. Now, moving on, we're going to have a correspondent feature that is up to date and detailed by Kelvin Kimaili. Take a look.
The key to success is believed to root from education. Society respects and holds highly a learned person. In Kenya, the education system has been reshuffled twice. First, it was the 7423 education system, then to 844, which lasted 32 years, and now the 26333 education system that was adopted earlier this year in January.
Nikiwa primary, high school, nilisoma sciences, nikakuja nikasoma hesabu, nikasoma languages, nikasoma social studies, history, geography, all those. Lakini unapata sahi kwa course yangu nimeconcentrate tu na kitu moja, siti nafanya hizo vitu zote zile.
The 844 education system underwent major shock that resulted to massive decline in enrollments into primary education. It raised the cost of living, with parents being forced to purchase learning material for their children alongside other facilities' expense. When economic times proved to be difficult, a sharing policy was adopted. It is argued out that the prolonged 8 years in primary school was a result of buying time for maturity, yet so much information was being pumped into the pupil. Gladly, the new education system has reduced the workload and is channeled on improving pupil skills and talents at the expense of maturity. Although so much similarity is derived from the already existent Kenyan British Education system.
Apart from the academic knowledge that I gained, that I am currently using in my course, I would say that I have gained social skills in the sense that I have been interacting with other people in my school, and I have also gained a lot of independence in that when I am here at campus, I know how to depend on myself.
Since 844 molded an all-rounded type of person, will this fade away in the new education system? We are yet to witness and give answers to all these doubts. Reporting for iCage News, My name is Calvin Kimaili.
Well, thank you very much, Kelvin Kimaili, for that a brilliant piece right there. And he is joining us live from our studios in the CBD. Kelvin, if you can hear me, what is the situation of the drift in the education system after 32 years?
Well, Edith, the idea behind the new curriculum is to create students and people ready for the market when it comes to skills and not only succeed academically, which was the main prime focus in the past through the 844 system. They are both important skills, but also when it comes to maturity and skills, we can weigh in between. All are important, but when it comes to the market out there, people are looking for people who are not only academically fit, but also fit in other activities such as sports, music, and all that. So it's a good skill. It's a good intention that has been put behind it, and I think it's a move that is right, but it was long overdue. Back to you, Edith, in the studio.
Thank you very much, Calvin, for those details. Now, looking onto social media, I see more updates, and I see Olivia Madenge, who opines that I am hopeful that the 26333 education system will enhance creativity among people of the next generation as well as raise mature people. Thank you very much, Olivia Madenge, for that comment, rather, and indeed, we are hopeful as well. Now, welcome to the climax of it all, where I'm joined by a few guests on set who are going to be taking this conversation a notch higher. I am joined by Shanice Kasura, a graduate of the Kenyan British Education System. On set too is Sarah Kantungo, the principal of Lukenya Girls High School, and also our diversity expert, Peter Masindano. All of you, welcome on set. And I begin with you, Shanice Kasura. You have a background in the Kenya British Education System. Tell us your experience in that system.
Right. I did IGCSE for all of my life, actually. I've gone through the primary experience, the high school experience, and it was really good because it helped me overcome my fear of exams. You know, when you're doing exams in IG, you're reading for understanding, you're reading for knowledge, not per se the exams. And I think also having continuous assessment tests was also a very good thing for me because I did exams ever since I was in class 3, or that in our case it was year 3. So we had CATs there, well, last we call them SATs. That was like the main exam, the standard assessment test. And then you had in year 6 again another SAT, and in year 9. So it really grooms you, and I don't know, it's really helped me, especially with the hidden curriculum principles where, you know, you don't learn everything in class, but there are other things to learn outside class. You learn about socialization with friends, and it has really exposed me to the world that is out there, especially with the use of technology we use quite often. We use a lot in school, and it really groomed us in our research methods, and also just exposes you to the world outside of Kenya, outside of Africa in totality, and helps you apply skills that you can adapt later.
And now that Kenya is about to adapt to a new education system that is about similar to your education system in your previous school, will I be wrong to say that?
No, you would not be wrong to qualify the new 2663 system, if I'm right, with similarities to what we had in IG, because that was the same actually yearly system that we had. You do your kindergarten level, which was 2 years, you do your primary level, which was 6 years, you do your 3 years of junior high, your 3 years of senior high, and then you get into the university. You wouldn't be wrong to say that they are wrong. In fact, it's quite similar. And the little research that I've done on the new system is that they want to adapt technological input in all their classes, which is great because the world is moving at a global pace, and technology is the new trend. So the input of technology will also expose the children in 844, because I got that exposure when I was in IG. There's no one class that would go without having research classes, or not using smart boards when we're learning, or my homework wasn't always just the the course book and me writing down. No, I had to research more, and I think that's a really great subject because it exposes your world, it exposes your mind, especially with the world states coming in together for globalization. Another thing I liked about the system is this continuous assessment test. In 844, what happens is that there's so much pressure put on you, although in KCP and KCSE, mostly because you're not really assessed that much during the middle. So it builds up. It's like a building up of pressure, and when you get here, you start. You are forced to cram. Let me say cram. You don't read for understanding. You're reading for the exam. So and when you adopt now CATS, this continuous assessment test, you don't really cram. You're doing it for your understanding because you're being checked every once in a while. You're not just being checked twice.
Thank you very much, Kasura, and we move on to Miss Sarah, the principal of Lukenya Girls High School. Now, you have been a principal in the 844 education system for a long while now. Tell us your experience in that education system.
The 844 system is a system of education that started in our country in 1985. Basically, what it means is that there are 8 years of primary education, 4 years of secondary education, and 4 years of university education. The aim, the main purpose why 844 system was put in place was to replace an older system that was there, 7423 system of education, where there were 7 years of primary education, 4 years of secondary education, 2 years of high school, and 3 years of university.
And now that Kenya is transitioning to a new education system, what's your take on that?
I think it's a very welcome idea, looking at the fact that we are producing graduates of the 844 system who are very theoretical in their way of doing things. There is lack of thinking skills, if I may put it like that. There is no hands-on work that comes from them. You find that you turn out a graduate, take them into the field, and they have no idea what they are supposed to do there.
Thank you, Madam Sarah. Now we move on to our last guest, our diversity expert, Peter Masindano. You have taught different students from all over the world. Tell us, how do you see or what do you observe from different students who come from different education backgrounds?
Well, Edith, it has not been my deliberate intention to kind of single out, but I am aware that the different systems kind of in their training and preparation of the graduates, somehow I think the product would stand out very different. One of the things that I would point out about the 844 system is I think it doesn't, it has not been preparing the learners to kind of be self-expressive and holding certain very clear positions and kind of being independent. Something that I think the homeschooling perhaps and the GCE, the British system, kind of majors around that. You would find that students that have gone through these other systems kind of are self-expressive, they stand independent, and they somehow appreciate that their opinions are valuable, which is, and I think they can also carry out independent initiatives, research, as compared to I think the 844 system was more of just, is it you give in and so they expect to give out what the lecturer has given or the teacher has given to them.
And now, in your own opinion, do you feel that this government of Kenya is raising skilled people ready for the job market?
The new system, which is just at I think the initial implementation level, because I think now it is at the grade 2 primary level, It is from what I have been oriented to understand about it, is actually it focuses more on the practical skill, what in education is referred to as psychomotor, a kind of type of skills, where the learners are encouraged to be more practical, to think, to act, as opposed to just, I think the previous education system was what you would call cognitive, where the skill that was developed was more of the mind, the thinking. But when it comes to translating that cognitive skill to the actual practical scenarios, I think that has been lacking. And I think the 2-6, the new system, it actually focuses on bringing out more of the practical, the doing thing.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Masindano, for sharing with us. And ultimately, we have come to the end of this segment. Thank you, Kasura, and thank you as well, Madam Sarah. Now, looking onto social media, I see more updates, and I see Anthea Kioko on Facebook, whose post reads that everyone seems to be excited about this new education system. Even from the opinion leaders segment, I too cannot wait to see the future outcome. And thank you very much, Anthea Kioko. Indeed, we are also anxious to see the products of the 26333 education system. Welcome to our final segment, the I Master. Now, with education being a basic need in our generation currently, we ought and deserve the very best. And because 263 education system is offering skills, which is the very best in the job market, we ought to take that and run. Now, you can continue this conversation on our social media handles at Mbenesi1 or on Facebook at Edith Mbenesi. And thank you for staying tuned on the iCage. Till next time, my name is Edith Mbenesi. God bless you.